The sterile quiet of the hospital ward was shattered by a scream, not a scream of pain, but one of pure, unadulterated terror. Nurse Sarah Jenkins, finishing her late-night rounds, felt her blood run cold. She sprinted down the hallway, her heart pounding a frantic rhythm against her ribs. The sound led her to room 302. What she saw through the small window in the door made her stop dead. Two large, menacing figures were cornering an elderly patient. Mr. Henderson. One was brandishing a knife, his face contorted in a cruel sneer. The other was rifling through the bedside table, his movements rough and impatient. Mr. Henderson, frail and hooked up to an IV, looked like a deer in the headlights, his eyes wide with fear. Sarah's training kicked in. Her first instinct was to call security, but she knew it would take them minutes to arrive. Minutes Mr. Henderson might not have taken a deep, shaky breath. She remembered something from a self-defense class she'd taken years ago. The element of surprise is your greatest weapon. She looked around frantically. Her eyes landed on a heavy-duty fire extinguisher mounted on the wall. It wasn't a weapon, but it would have to do. Grabbing the extinguisher, she burst into the room. "Get away from him," she yelled, her voice far steadier than she felt. The two men whirled around, surprised. They hadn't expected a nurse, let alone one holding a fire extinguisher like a battering ram. The one with the knife laughed, a harsh, ugly sound. "What are you gonna do, Florence Nightingale? Bandage us to death?" That was the opening she needed. While he was distracted, Sarah aimed the nozzle and pulled the pin. A thick white cloud of CO2 erupted from the extinguisher, engulfing the man with the knife. He coughed and sputtered, temporarily blinded. His partner, stunned by the sudden chaos, hesitated. That was his mistake. Sarah swung the heavy metal canister, catching him squarely in the knees. He howled in pain and crumpled to the floor. The first man was still trying to wipe the powder from his eyes, swinging his knife wildly. Sarah didn't give him a chance to recover. She dropped the extinguisher and grabbed a metal bedpan from a nearby cart. With all her might, she flung it like a frisbee. It hit him square in the face with a loud clang. He staggered back, dazed and disoriented, dropping the knife. Just then, the thunder of running footsteps echoed down the hall. Security had arrived, alerted by another nurse who had heard the commotion. They burst in to find a scene they could barely comprehend. Two would-be assailants on the floor, groaning in pain, and a petite nurse standing protectively in front of her patient, holding a dented bedpan. Mr. Henderson was shaken but unharmed. The story of the nurse who fought off two attackers with a fire extinguisher and a bedpan became a legend at the hospital. Sarah Jenkins wasn't just a caregiver. She was a guardian angel in scrubs. The attackers never planned for a nurse to stop their assault. They underestimated her courage, her resourcefulness, and the fierce dedication she had to her patients. It was a powerful reminder that heroes don't always wear capes sometimes. They wear scrubs. Thanks for watching. If you were inspired by Sarah's bravery, hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible true stories. See you next time.